may be? When warriors cross paths, sparks fly.
Ow. Wham. First try.
You are cruel and arrogant and selfish.
I know who you are. I know what you've done.
But you are more than that. We are more than that. Who I was is not who you'll be. We must be better.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Kal,
I'm Ghost.
and we definitely
The friendly
need to come up with
Ghost,
definitely need to come up with a better intro so that I can memorize it, so I don't have to stumble over my words every single time.
I like the
But
stumbling. We're like the
I
Simpsons.
don't.
Everything's a little different. Or Family Guy. Simpsons did it first, so whatever. Doesn't matter. Keep going.
But the first story I have up for you today is that Ubisoft has lawyers ready to go
Oh God.
because of Assassin's Creed Shadows and because the game has been stirring up so much controversy. Let's be
Oh
honest.
yeah, it has.
All the controversy has mostly been around people calling the game woke for having a black samurai, regardless if he was actually a historical figure or not. If they see black, brown, or woman, it's woke apparently. But
Never mind. Keep that opinion to myself. But okay, keep going.
anyway, this has prompted Ubisoft to make preparations for any harassment incidents. The game director said that Yasuke was chosen in order for the player to discover Japan through the eyes of a foreigner, which I actually enjoy. I like games like that where you're discovering the world at the same time as the character. But staff members have been advised not to post on social media that they work at
That ain't
Ubisoft.
good.
Yeah. Ubisoft has also presented an anti-online harassment plan to its works council to make sure employees are protected once the game is released. And they have a dedicated
Oh
unit
boy.
that will closely monitor messages posted on X, Reddit, and YouTube, ready to react if anyone attempts to harass employees. Targeted employees will be offered psychological and legal support, while lawyers remain on standby if a proven case of harassment is found. Good on Ubisoft though for protecting their employees. Like that is really good.
110%.
Like
110%, and they should.
when I was reading that, I was like, good job, because people should be able to do their work and go home to their families without worrying about what some idiot online is like constantly harassing.
But also though, it's not the developers though. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't understand sometimes where us as gamers go bad developer, right? At some point we have to say suit. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly,
they're the
because-
ones that sign off on a lot of that. But I will say this. I haven't played the game because I am not into the Assassin's Creed franchise, though some of the original games, I understand the hype. They're just not my type of game. But good for them for at least reaching out and showing support for their staff, because there are a lot of companies that would just say YOLO, let it ride, don't care, have a good day, them checks cashed. So good for them.
How are themselves looking? But yeah, good on Ubisoft for looking out for their employees. And if you're out here harassing people consistently online, you should have consequences put on you immediately. There should be some payouts. People should feel it in their wallet because, being an idiot should be expensive.
Keyboard gangsters. That's just
Right,
it's stupid.
exactly. Moving along, PlayStation has formed a new studio called Dark Outlaw Games.
Like the name.
It's a new first-party studio led by Jason Blundell, who's a former Treyarch co-studio head and Call of Duty Zombies lead.
Okay.
Blundell previously co-founded Deviation Games, which shut down 2024 before releasing the game, which is crazy.
That's weird. Okay.
Studio is currently hiring and working on an unannounced project. Blundell says it's a privilege to start a new first-person studio under PlayStation.
It's just weird to say. I'm sorry.
It is. Like, what do you mean you started up a studio and then got shut down before you could even release the game? Like, what were you working on? And then PlayStation let you build a first-party studio underneath them?
And they said, we'll go try it again? All right. That's cool. Okay.
Anyway.
Whatever.
He said it's a privilege to start a new first-person studio under PlayStation. No game details yet. but the studio has been active for a while. Blundell will serve as studio head and director at Dark Outlaw Games, so we don't know what they're working on yet, but they're cooking up something behind the scenes.
Hopefully it's good, because
Hopefully.
whatever they're working on that first time wasn't.
And what was the other? What was the other studio that did Concord? Like, was that the same? I don't remember the history of. What was it? Was Fire something? I'll put it up on the screen. But anyway, was that the same situation where because that was their first game that they made, and they actually got 2 weeks in front of the limelight, and then they just got axed completely.
Well, okay. the game concept was just old at the time. There were a lot of good things in Concord. Like, just there were
The gameplay,
some of the characters are kind of cool. Like, there was some charm to it. You were just a couple of years too late to get on that hype train, unfortunately.
Yeah, and there was not enough difference. Like, there wasn't anything to pull. The characters were not interesting enough, and their costumes were not interesting enough to bring people on there. And then on top of that, it was kind of like a parody of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
And on top of that, it's just none of it was working. It just looked like a Walmart version.
Well, and it's another problem with gaming when you log on there and you're 10 minutes in and you go, I'd rather play ...
Right, because as soon as I'm doing that, which is crazy because Marvel Rivals come out and completely stole the show. Which, to be fair, it's Marvel. People love
that's a
superheroes.
totally different.
So
yeah,
that's hard to
totally
fight
different
against.
vibe too. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
If somebody can be
Next.
Spider-Man, it's a wrap.
What? Listen, I'm not even into those kind of games. I was up there flying around like Iron Man. Like, get out of here. I think X has put 100-something hours into that game.
That was expected.
That's true. Okay, keep going. My bad. Over here yapping.
We know him. Ghost, do you remember a game called Star Wars Hunters?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Oh, cool. Well, it's shutting down in
Did I
9
play it?
months after launch.
Great. Okay. You know what? Maybe never mind. That's going to be mean. Maybe they can
What?
start a new studio and see how that works. Too soon. That's just ignorance.
Just start a new
You know what?
studio
At
and a
this
new
point,
game.
man, I think we should do it.
I'm not doing any of that. The first time somebody gets up on a comment section, he think he gonna get smart with me. Hey, find his IP address.
That's crazy. I'm here for it. I'm here for all that static.
Hey, get them. Whatever team we got that can track IP, get tech support on that, because I want to know where he's at by nightfall.
That's crazy. Be like, matter of fact, get him in this server real quick.
Right. And let me print out what he just said so I can show it to him when I meet him at the grocery store. Hey, is this
That's
what you
crazy.
Anyway,
Wild.
Zynga, the producers behind the game, announced a shutdown. Let me see. I'm reading my notes. Sorry, I got a little bit confused. Yeah, Zynga is the studio behind Star Wars Hunters. It was a free-to-play PvP arena game. The final content update drops on April 15th, and servers will fully shut down on October 1st. There will be no refunds for season passes or microtransactions, but purchases will be disabled
Boy.
on April 15th.
Man.
The game launched on June
not
4th,
funny.
2024 on Switch, iOS, and Android. After years of delays, it had a mixed reception. The Switch version holds a Metacritic score of 57. Not looking good. I guess they didn't want to do refunds because they're like, there's no way we're refunding all that money that you guys have been giving us since last year.
Oh no, they deposited those. You ain't getting them back.
Somebody
at
bought a
all.
car off of it.
Yeah, no.
And he was like,
That's been given out. Yeah, nah, you ain't seen a dime of that money.
Zynga says the decision wasn't made lightly and promises updates during the transition. Another studio, another free-to-play PvP arena game that nobody needed. Just shut up and give us Battlefront 3 because players have been begging for that for a while now. So go ahead and get to work, EA. I don't.
I want to know why they don't look at some of those bangers back in the day and just bring them back.
Right. I don't understand.
But it's not just EA. There's just a lot of them out there. Like,
Right.
why? I want to hear a legitimate reason. You know what I mean? Because even if you look at, it took 20 years for Tokyo Extreme Racer to come back out with Genki. You know what I mean? Like 20 years.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine waiting, 20-ish years for a Titanfall 3? When you have something like Apex that's been running around? Like,
Yes.
why? Come on now. You have all the assets. and you know the game would sell.
I am interested in knowing like what the process that Genki had to go through and who they had to pitch that, or who I don't know if they was self-funded. I don't know.
I don't know. I
wonder,
idea.
well, like what channels, like how did that idea start to grow, and what?
I'm glad it did.
Yeah, right. And like what prompted it to just go full send and said, "Hey, we're making this because we feel like the racing scene needs some diversity."
Even that, I don't know, man. Like, I really would love to be a fly on the wall with, like, when they're pitching ideas and they're like, let's make Alligator Hunter 2026. And they're like, yeah, that sounds cool. And then you look at, like, all the IPs that you have in the back and you go, well, that only sold $200 million worth of profit. That's not enough. But Alligator Hunter's going to do that? That's what we're talking about? Okay. All right. I would love to know what that looks like.
Right. I was going to go off onto another tangent, but I actually have a story that kind of leads into that. Next up, two powerhouses are teaming up together in 2020.
You and me?
We've been together since Need for Speed.
Way too long. December 19th, 2020. I don't even know
that's crazy knowing the date.
2019. That's crazy. I got to look it up now. That's wild, but keep going.
Lego and Pokemon have announced a team up for 2026.
That's cool.
Yep, they got a new Pokemon. They got a new partnership going on. They got some teaser images that shows a logo and a Lego Pikachu tail, hinting at unique play experiences. This ends Pokemon's previous partnership with Mega Bloks, which had produced buildable sets. No specific sets have been revealed yet, but they're likely to feature displayable Pokemon models and possible minifigures. Fans are excited, obviously, but they're kind of wary of pricing, with speculation on which Pokemon will get sets first. They are going to make a Buku.
Buku? There's a Garda truck on tap. That's almost, you know what's crazy though? I think anything with Lego, and then, I mean, Lego does really good on its own, but Pokemon related,
bro,
if you do it just remotely right, don't try and make your own shit. Just stay to the source material. Bukus of money.
I can't even imagine how expensive they're gonna be. Because you know people are gonna go crazy for it. Like, think about all the Pokemon sets. Even if they're like $150 a pop, and you're talking about what? Something that's a little bit smaller than a basketball, I'm guessing.
Well, what's crazy, I saw a Squishmallow today. I went to Costco. Holla, Costco. My first time being in there, and there was a $34 Pikachu Squishmallow in there. It's just a pillow.
Did you buy that?
No. First off, relax. But I thought about it. But yeah, anything Pokemon, man, if you can team up with that's going to be a freaking gold mine. And if they can, I don't know, man, they're going to make some money there. Absolutely. It's almost a blank check. Good for them.
Right. Good God, that part. Maybe I need to put in some stocks or something. Gotta get over
Telling
there.
you what.
The Helldiver 2 boss has slammed industry layoffs and trend chasing. Johan Pilestedt has criticized mass layoffs in the gaming industry as unnecessarily brutal. He blames publishers for chasing trends like battle royales instead of diversifying. He calls safe bets a death sentence for studios trying to stay afloat. He believes that oversaturation of similar games has led to industry cycles of death and rebirth.
He's correct.
Yep. He has emphasized the need for risk-taking and unique game experiences and warns that playing it too safe makes games bland and unmemorable. And he urges developers to build games based on their strengths rather than copying trends. Boy, oh boy, that
Can I give that man a pat on the boot toots? Because that was a strong statement.
And he has the game to back it up. Helldivers. Like, game just came and just blew everybody away. Just took the culture by storm. But going back,
that you had people screaming liberty for months after that game came out is great. But keep going.
What I was going to say is that same thing happened with Rocksteady. People initially, when Rocksteady was talking about doing a live action game, they thought initially that WB was the ones that were trying to push them towards a live action, because Suicide Squad was supposed to be something else. It didn't have the gameplay that it initially did, and it had to be reworked multiple times. But it turns out that Rocksteady was the one that was pushing to have a live action Suicide Squad game. And WB let them do it because, you know, they've made Arkham games. Rocksteady is usually known for making great Batman games. Well, we all know how Suicide Squad turned out. But Rocksteady should have honed in on their strengths, which is making great superhero games, single player storylines, great combat. Like, I was really hoping that they were going to hone in on, like, not even just Batman, they're like Daredevil and like a Punisher game, something that's within the same vein as Batman. Because obviously everybody's too scared to touch a Superman game, apparently. So I may as well just stop asking at this point.
Well, yeah, that one just seems like it's going to be real touchy because you mess that up in any capacity, you're really going to get some backlash. For sure.
I mean, you're going to get some backlash anyway, you know, for messing with Batman because people love Batman, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous, but, you know,
I think Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman are the like pinnacle that you can kind of play within a game.
Right.
That's just me. But boy, you messed them bad boys up. Good luck. Good luck.
What else was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But yeah, Rocksteady, they dropped the ball. Now I hear. Oh, I was gonna say that. I remember X saying like anytime that WB fails, they always pull the Batman card because that's what's gonna fix everything, and that's what's gonna make everybody forget about the previous thing that they did. Batman is the save-a-ho.
Yeah, but that's gonna run out eventually because you're
really
gonna screw that up.
Right.
That sounds real negative. They'll do it right all the time.
Okay. NetEase, the giant behind the mega successful Marvel rivals, is being sued for $900 million.
That's it?
That is it. I mean, that's
Man,
a
they
big
got
chunk
it.
of chain. They do.
They got
But
that.
good God. Jeff,
And just settle out of court for $500 million. You'll be done.
you'll make that back up in a weekend.
Yeah, just release a new skin. You'll be all right.
Right. Jeff and Annie Strain have filed a $900 million lawsuit against NetEase Games. The lawsuit accuses NetEase of defamation and unfair trade practices. The Strains claim that NetEase's actions severely damaged their game publishing company, Britannia Media. Just to give you some background, in 2024, Kotaku journalist Ethan Gosch contacted Jeff Strain about Crop Circle Games' closure. During their conversation, Gosch had non-public details about Project Von Gut. These names are crazy. But anyway, there was a game in development at Possibility Space underneath Britannia's subsidiary. So they had a project going on. It was supposed to be stayed under wraps, and that journalist wasn't supposed to know anyway, and he wasn't supposed to be asking questions.
Man, over there snitching. Snitching.
Right. Strain later claimed that these leaks led to a drop in investor confidence, which prevented Crop Circle Games from securing further funding, which ultimately led to its closure.
Okay.
NetEase owned 25% of Britannia Media and invested in Crop Circle Games. The lawsuit alleges that NetEase spread damaging rumors within the games industry, which eroded investor trust in Crop Circle Games. The Strains also claimed that their relationship with NetEase became increasingly hostile when they asked the company to comply with U.S. foreign investment laws. NetEase allegedly resisted cooperation, as compliance would require revealing ties between its executives and the Chinese Communist Party. For those of you who know, the U.S. is obviously really skeptical about anything dealing with Chinese. Obviously, if people found out, that they had ties to the CCP, this could lead to regulatory scrutiny. Investors start to get concerned. There's operational risk, there's reputational damage, and this can cause geopolitical tensions, all kinds of stuff.
If they really did screw them that way, and they can prove it.
Right.
It's a good case, but they just got to prove all of that,
Right. And like I said before, the U.S. has increased scrutiny on Chinese companies over national security concerns like data privacy and governmental influence. So
yeah, it's going to be a touchy one for sure.
Right. If they can prove that, it's going to get crazy. Obviously,
yeah, that's going to be rough.
Obviously, NetEase has strongly denied all allegations and called the claims wholly without merit. The company plans to vigorously defend itself in court. NetEase asserts they got the money to. NetEase asserts that its record as a global gaming company speaks for itself and believes the legal process will expose the real reasons behind Britannia Media's struggles. But yeah, the case has been moved to federal court and assigned to a judge. The lawsuit alleges that Activision Blizzard executives felt threatened during 2023 licensing deal negotiations with NetEase. Also, NetEase has been under scrutiny for recent financial struggles and cost-cutting measures because, they've been shutting down studios. And like I just said, they recently laid off Marvel Rivals developers, including the games director. It wasn't the main game director. It was I believe they were a team stationed in Seattle, and they were the ones responsible for the team up abilities, like the Hulk being able to throw Wolverine. So that whole team got axed. NetEase is reportedly trying to sell some of its studios, but the lawsuit could obviously complicate these efforts.
Right.
So yeah, they got a few problems on the horizon. Better get the lawyers set up.
Problems.
PlayStation has released a video to celebrate 20 years of the God of War series. Also want to shout out Huey for these extra news tidbits. Thank you, Huey.
Good job, Hughes. Proud of you, boy.
The first game was released in the US on the 22nd of March and later released on July of 2005 in Europe. There are new armor and skins were also added for free in God of War Ragnarok. They look pretty cool. I will post them up in the video. But yeah, nice to know that God of War is still getting... I really want them to remake from the ground up those old God of Wars. Like the hack and slash ones. Because I'm really interested in going back and play. I can't go back and play old. Yeah, I can't go back and play old ones. Because the way that they exist in my mind, that's how they should stay.
Yeah, it's like all of us wanting to go back and play GoldenEye. I mean, tell you what, you turn on there, see nothing but pixels, it ain't gonna be a good thing.
Right. You forget
that nostalgia is gonna go away real quick.
10 seconds, I'm done. I just want to see a few screenshots here and there. The day before, devs are rumored to. There's a rumor that they're trying to sue a website for calling the game a scam. If you remember, fantastic. It was a Russian. They were trying to sue a Russian media outlet. The game is obviously rated overwhelmingly negative on Steam, and it's no longer available on the Steam store. They claim that it hurt the reputation of the... I can't even finish this sentence. They claim that this little thing on this website hurt the reputation of the company.
Yeah.
You ruined the reputation of your company, not nobody else.
Though? Did it though? I think Steam's the problem.
As I was looking on how every now and then on TikTok they'll show somebody's random live.
Right. I can't stand that. And then I'm the only one in there.
And then I'm like, I saw one guy the day before, like they were getting hammered from all sides. And this one guy was in his TikTok shop in his TikTok live talking about, I don't understand. Everybody's just hating on the game. He was like, the game isn't that bad. I'm like, buddy, there is no game. There is nothing for you to play. Like everything that they promised, they did not deliver. They were caught plagiarizing other games that their gameplay trailers. Like when I saw that first gameplay trailer, I knew it was a scam from the get-go. I was like, this is too pretty. This is too reminiscent of Ubisoft's The Division. And I know I keep bringing that game up. That's because of how badly I was burned.
Well, it did. I mean, it really did. It almost looked like the Division 3 when Division 2 was out. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's what I envisioned the next game looking like, and that game didn't even look like that. So that's crazy.
They have the nerve to say that somebody else ruined their reputation as if they did not play all hands in that. Like, I'm sorry.
You know what? Good for them. Try and stand on business. It just didn't work. I mean, good for you for trying.
I guess. I wish they would just burn into obscurity. I don't want to see them anymore. I'm so glad that their last game did not reach the funding that they needed. I actually got to check up on there. I need to make sure that they are dead.
They're not. I'd have no idea. I was literally just talking shit. I really don't know. But you know what? Listen, this other team literally had a game pulled and they started a new development. So who knows? They're probably still alive.
It could be. Honestly,
would not surprise me.
Assassin's Creed Shadows has surpassed 2 million players in 2 days. It was released last Thursday. And I meant to say 2 million players across all platforms. This is the 14th entry in the Assassin's Creed franchise, and this puts the game ahead of Assassin's Creed Origins and Assassin's Creed Odyssey in terms of player count around a release. Listen, I have heard, I haven't looked at any reviews or anything like that, but I have heard this game looks absolutely gorgeous on PlayStation 5 Pro.
Right.
And
I don't know.
I
hope
gotta
it does
give
well.
it. Yeah.
I hope it does well. I really do.
I know we've been
Selfish reasons.
kind of crapping on it because, you know, I've been playing Assassin's Creed for a long time, and I've seen the series evolve, and sometimes not for the best. But one thing I can say is that when it comes to like open world like environments and like dialing the world in and like the detail, Ubisoft really does it well a lot of the times.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I hope this game really does well. I'm not trying to poo-poo on the game. Like I said, it ain't my type of game. But the
samurai,
success
though.
of this, huh?
It is samurais.
Yeah, no. Just the Assassin's Creed like IP is not my type of game. Yeah, samurai,
Crazy.
absolutely. I can't wait for a certain samurai game to come out.
What is it
But-
about that you don't like?
What? The Assassin's Creed games?
Yeah.
Man, why we got to talk about that on here? That's not nice. That's mean,
it's
man.
single player. You don't
Dang.
watch cutscenes.
Yeah, I ain't doing none of
fantasy.
that. I don't want to know none of that. I need power fantasy is what I need. I'm not trying to
Man,
creep
some of the-
around. No, you're not going to sell me. I won't let you. Definitely not you. I can't let that happen.
That's crazy.
You'll never let me live that down.
Like I never
That's
heard-
crazy.
like I haven't brought you from the depths of like gaming.
I'll go
hell.
back to 2K. No, I
That's
won't.
crazy.
That's crazy. That's a wild thought.
Ghost, did you have any
I don't know.
stories that you?
You know
Go
what? I
ahead.
do have
Go ahead.
one that you
okay.
probably really don't care about, and that's okay. You're gonna hurt my feelings anyways. But I'm actually super excited because on April 4th, Path of Exile 2 is getting a big update. They're getting a whole new class put in.
that's actually pretty
The
interesting.
Huntress. Yeah, they're putting in the Huntress. Not gonna lie to you, some of the movesets look kind of raw. They're also uploading a couple of new exotics, which are going to be kind of nice, from shields to helmets and things like that. But I'm actually kind of excited because a new weapon that is coming to the game, which is going to be spears. And
Oh,
for some
really?
reason,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about it because you use it both as a ranged weapon and an up
Yeah, I'm
close and
already sold.
personal melee weapon. So
I'm sorry.
there's a move on there that if you were to watch the trailer for it, I don't know what the exact move is, so I can't really describe it, but basically they're in a group, they jump up into the air as a blue fireball, they come down and there's a big ass explosion and NPCs go bye-bye. I'm in. And they yeet that bad boy like they're in the Olympics. So like I'm kind of excited. And there's a couple new ascendancies coming in. So April 4th, they're doing a trailer on March 27th, what they like their campfire or their dev review. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. Maybe get back in there and switch up the games here soon.
I'm glad that you have things that you like now, and that you have been opened up to. 'Cause let me just playing sports games is just ugly to me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been playing NCAA here recently.
But that's fine
Love the
because I
game.
heard that was actually
Love
pretty
it.
good.
It's a freaking
That
great
they
game.
actually tried.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
God.
glad they brought that back. I'd rather have that over Madden, to be honest with you.
I think a lot of people would have that over Madden.
Honestly, the game is amazing. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about that. But
Cool, close us
yeah.
out.
No, I'm good. That's all you, man. I get
Oh
nervous right
my
now. I don't like to
God.
talk in front of strangers, man.
We appreciate
Don't you dare bring up my job.
Appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an episode, and make sure you stay up to date on all the news. But yeah, we appreciate you guys for listening. We'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.